got the win, double win for Annapolis and for the Reds. Good job, sir. Good job.
Where should I put my stuff?
I parked actually straight across. Do you want to take it over there, or you could just? I can give you the keys, or I wonder if I can unlock from here. Or you could take it. As usual, the concession stand. You could put it in there.
Are you doing it for the varsity game?
Mhm. Yeah.
You're staying here? Up here? Can I just leave it like here?
Well, it's kind of. I don't want to leave it in the grass because it's kind of. Oh, I can unlock from here, Zave.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I just flashed here, straight across, by the backwards pickup and the yellow, the creamy car. Do you want? I think I got granola bars for you. You want any granola bars? And then we'll get some food after. You want these? They'll smush. Oh, you're welcome. Dave, just wave at me when you get over there, and I'll make sure I flash it. Do you need me to push anything?
Good evening, Warrior Nation, as we start another Friday night football game as the Annapolis Christian Academy Warriors will be taking on a homeschool co-op, the Wings. It is a rather beautiful night, at least for South Texas, for football. Got a bit of a cool breeze. The sun is not beating down too hot, other than a few mosquitoes. It is a beautiful night for a football game. The Annapolis Christian Academy Warriors have started off the season 2-0. They have played two really tough teams. They were away up in Round Rock for Nios, and last week beating the Cobras. This is a little bit of a somber start, as the Wings had a player, number 56, Lonnie Diaz, pass away during a football game a few weeks back. And so Annapolis and the Wings are going to honor him here at halftime, as as that memory of him is still, I'm sure, stinging pretty deeply for the Wings organization. Captains for Annapolis is number 14, Cesar Morales, number 10, Brian Lerma, 43, Jacob Segundo, and 22, Josh Guzman. As it looks like Annapolis won the toss, is deferring. Wings are going to choose to receive. And some extra handshakes and things of that nature. Annapolis is going to honor number 56 before the game. They took a donation a few weeks back to help with some of the funeral expenses, and even though they're going to be playing against each other, there certainly is a camaraderie as brothers in Christ and just as fellow football players, just understanding just the challenges of playing a sport out here in South Texas. So we are going to get underway with national anthem, and we will turn all of those over to our PA announcer, Coach Hayden. Looks like Coach Leifer, not Coach Hayden, was our PA announcer. And prayer for protection and safety. That definitely makes things a little bit more somber, considering the recent events that happened with the Wings, and our hearts and prayers go out to them, to that organization. Like I mentioned, Annapolis has started off the year actually quite well. They had played two pretty strong teams and won both games. Both games were pretty tightly contested. Annapolis actually hasn't had a full squad. They've had a player missing here and there. So today they have their full squad. So the Wings are going to have their hands full as, again, just having to deal with loss of a player and then also a Annapolis team that is really starting to play pretty well and pretty physical as they are showing a lot of things coming together already as this early in the season. Kicking off for Annapolis is number 14, Cesar Morales, and if you haven't seen Cesar kick, you're in for a treat, as he is a very proficient soccer player, and football is pretty much in danger of getting booted to the end zone when he puts his foot into it. So here we go, kicking off here, just past 6 o'clock, as Cesar Morales trying to adjust the football. The kickoff team, number 15, Eli Oliver, 23, Cameron Bailey, 43, Jacob Segundo, Josh Guzman, and Brian Lerma. Like I mentioned, that ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. Wings will have the first possession. They'll begin it at the 20-yard line. Six-man football, it's 15 yards to line to gain for a first down. So it's 1st and 15 at the 20-yard line for the Wings. Annapolis defense showed a lot of strength against a pretty tough running Cobras team last week, as they were able to control line of scrimmage, get several tackles for losses. So it'll be at the 25, not the 20. And starting for the Annapolis Warriors, number 3 is Liam Harms. Number 60, Ben Marsh. He'll be lined up on the end. Got, looks like, I think it's Jake Waltney. In the middle is Jacob Segundo. He kind of roams that middle area. And to honor their fallen teammate, they start the game off with 5 instead of 6 players. And Annapolis will decline that penalty. So, Wings starting off, 1st and 15, as the toss way over his head. Gets around Ben. He's got a lot of green grass. He's got Liam, cuts back in the middle, as Liam was able to tackle him by the ankles, but Annapolis broke contain and gave 81 a lot of room here on the left side for that toss. So first down now for the Wings. As Jerry Gleason lined up right on the nose guard. Got Jacob Segundo coming back. Another toss play. There's a fumble, and that ball bounces, and I think it bounced to Annapolis. And I think they did. So Jacob Segundo with the pressure, and as the ball bounced off the running back's hand, it bounced right into his hands, and first turnover of the game goes to Annapolis. So good pressure as Annapolis was coming in with several blitzers and disrupted that play right away. They're having a little trouble with the toss. It's the second toss in a row. It's been high, and that one just bounced off his hands. Quarterback for Annapolis is Brian Lerma. It's his first year as a quarterback, and he looks like he's been playing quarterback his whole life, as he has been very calm, cool, collected, very difficult to tackle, making good decisions, a really strong arm, and Annapolis is going to come out and spread, and they're going to try to isolate someone, as they feel like they may have an athletic advantage. Went right through his hands. Brian Lerma is going to throw. Finds Josh Guzman around the corner and trips and falls into the end zone. First play from scrimmage for Annapolis is a touchdown. First, a little trouble with the snap. And basically just Cesar Morales just handed the ball to Brian Lerma, and Brian did the rest as he got a nice pass. Josh Guzman reaching out. Got tripped up maybe about the 10 or 15 yard line. Was able to keep his feet long enough to dive into the end zone for a touchdown. Annapolis will be going for 2, as they do have Caesar's foot. And then 6-man, this is a great advantage, because if he kicks it through the uprights, it's worth 2 instead of 1 like it would be for 11-man. So Annapolis trying to protect their kicker. Ball down, and Caesar just blasted through, and that is definitely good. So big defensive play, a turnover, first play from scrimmage, and just like that, Annapolis up 8-0 with 9:04 left in the first quarter. Annapolis feels like they do have some advantage at several positions over the Wings, athletically and experience and skill-wise. So Wings are going to have their hands full to try to isolate or try to not get isolated on islands against some pretty quick Annapolis Warriors. Annapolis will be kicking off again as the kickoff team, and their Wings receiver still is receiving it about the 15-yard line, but that's still not going to be far enough back, as Caesar's pretty consistently been able to put those into the end zone. So got Eli Oliver, Cameron Bailey, Priest Labato is out there, number 6. Jacob Segundo and Josh Guzman with Cesar Morales, number 14, kicking. Let's see what they do. And they're going to try a little, and nice little recovery by 81, as he got Jacob Segundo on a full head of steam and got driven to the ground, but hung on to the ball. Pretty good field position for the Wings, as they're at the 38-yard line. 1st and 15 for them. This is their second possession of the game, as they had a good run on the first play from scrimmage and then a fumble on their second. So Annapolis is going to line up with Jerry Gleason right on the center, and Wings are going to spread out their offense. He's going to toss to number 13. He's got pursuit by Ben. Gets around Ben. He's got a lot of green again. There's Liam Harms, and Liam's going to push him out of bounds. So they've had some success running to that left side, as they've been able to get around the end, and a nice little gain on first down. I think that's going to be just short of a first down, 2nd and less than a foot. Wings once again going to spread things out. They're going to a little shotgun with a deep and little hard count, and drew several Annapolis players off sides, and they're going to get the first down pretty easily with a penalty. So after the penalty, it's going to be a first down, as the Wings are now at the 25-yard line of Annapolis. Wings going to spread things out again. A little toss back to 13. And he's going to get around the corner as well. And breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he scoots in for a touchdown. As Annapolis stepped out of several Annapolis tacklers. As 13 showed a lot of balance as he was able to bounce off a couple good hits, but into the end zone he goes. And the Wings now 6, Annapolis 8, as they're going to try for 1 point now. A little toss, and it gets past Liam, but not Caesar, as comes around the backside, and that try is no good. So the score is 8-6, Annapolis up, 7:28 left in the first quarter. Like I said, Annapolis has been really been playing some tough physical teams, and the Wings are not that. Wings are a lot more kind of spread it out, more finesse, more kind of speed. So Annapolis is going to have to adjust a little bit instead of kind of the smash mouth football. It's a little more going to be a little more wide open for them. So coaches has everyone on the sideline. Coach Carlos kind of letting them know it's time to step up and make some plays. Wings will be kicking off. And looks like the Wings are needing to borrow a tee, so Annapolis is going to let them borrow theirs as they're going to kick off here. Wings are close to that line, so it looks like they might be trying for an onside kick, so Annapolis has to be ready. He's going to just blast it right through the middle, and it squirts through everyone. Cesar Morales is going to pick it up. He had a little bit of trouble picking it up. Gets past one. He's got a lot of green, and Caesar's got a lot of speed. If they give him, he's going to cut back again. Got a block from Josh Guzman. He's got the corner, gets around. He stays in bounds, and he's cutting a crack to the middle. He's got an escort, and there's nobody who's going to catch him as Caesar zigzags his way back and forth, first to left, then right, then back to his left, as Annapolis escorts him into the end zone for a score. 14-6, just like that. Annapolis responds quickly to the Wings score with a touchdown of their own. Caesar's going to have to turn around and also kick the extra point. Caesar, just a 9th grader, has a really quick burst of speed, lightning fast. Once he gets out in the open, he's pretty tough to catch, and once he got some open space, it was pretty much lights out. Down, and I'm going to say it was good. No signal from the official, but the scoreboard says 16-6, just over 7 minutes in the first quarter, so a lot of action already. After some lower scoring games, this one seems like it's going to be one of those 6-man shootout, high scoring games. I think Annapolis is going to have to try to figure out their defense a little bit, and as they're getting spread out and having a little bit of hard time corralling those running backs. So Annapolis will be kicking off. Looks like Cameron Bailey will be doing the kicking duties. Cameron's a freshman this year for Annapolis. So Cameron's got the ball off the tee. Looks like he might try a little squib kick, and he's going to kick it through there. And ball bounced around, but Four had a hard time handling it, and his teammate 81 eventually scoops it up and helped him out. So Wings keep possession. And they're going to have the ball at about the 36-yard line. Maybe right on the 35. Just a touch over the 35-yard line. 1st and 15. So Annapolis is going to try to figure out how to contain those toss plays as they've been able to get around the edge. And once again, Wing is going to spread them out. They've got guys spread out all over. Little pitch play, and here he comes, and here comes. He's trying to get around the corner, gets around Jake, and now he's got a lot of green. He cuts to the side, and Liam's going to escort him out of bounds. So once again, able to outflank those edge rushers, and good run for 1st down. Jake Walton had a shot at him, but just couldn't quite get an angle as Speed was able to kind of get around. So Wings stay in that same formation, going to spread everyone out. Got 13 in the backfield. And another hard count. And several Warriors jump off sides, but looks like they were drawn off sides by a movement of the offense, so that's going to move them back 5 yards. So 1st down and 20. 16-6, Warriors up, 6:14 left in the 1st quarter. Wings now in Warriors side of the field. Wings going to spread everyone out. 13, the deep back. Ball squirts back there. Comes 13. He looks like he's going to pass. He's got a lot of pressure, and finally they get to him. That's good pressure as Jacob Segundo and Cesar Morales able to corral him. He's been pretty tough to tackle, so it took 2 of them to get him down, but they were trying to work something. He was trying to look downfield and trying to get a pass, but couldn't. Coverage was there where he had to just tuck it and take the sack. So that's going to put him back about the 38-yard line. And they have a long way to go for a 1st down. They've got to get all the way to the 10-yard line for a 1st down. So 2nd down now. Toss to 13. He's looking to pass and got out of 1 tackle, but not as Caesar got there quickly. And Jacob Segundo and Josh Guzman finish him off. So good pressure by Caesar, and the pursuing Warriors able to get a 2nd sack in a row, and that's a timeout now for the Wings as it's 3rd down and a country mile. They have a long way to go. They've got to get all the way down to the 10-yard line, and they're on their side of the field. So it's about 40 yards for a 1st down. 3rd down. So the Wings offense starting to get corralled a little bit more by as the Warrior defense kind of figuring out how to keep them contained, and now getting 2 sacks or 2 tackles for losses in a row. Looks like they were trying to get a pass play with 13, but just the coverage is there, not allowing that, and the pressure's there to force him to try to make something out of nothing, and ends up getting with those tackles for losses. 4:56 left in the 1st quarter. 16-6, Annapolis up. Annapolis with 2 quick strikes. One was a long run and then a return. And the Wings spreading everybody out. 13's that tailback. 7's their quarterback. You're going to toss to him. And looking for pressure. Here comes Cameron Bailey. He's going to get upfield. He's got some room in the middle and gets around the corner. And 1 man to beat, and that's Eli Oliver doing a good job making sure he doesn't get the 1st down. But he got quite a bit of the yards back. They are going to have 4th and pretty manageable now. 4th and about 5 or 6 now. So big run down the middle as the pressure, I think, was just trying to contain him, but the middle opened up and he had quite a bit of room to run. So 4th down now. Warriors looking to make one more play to get them off the field and the turnover on downs, but 13's been pretty tough. And here comes a little dump pass to 4, and Jacob Segundo and Josh Guzman finish him off. So a little dump pass, but the Warriors were there, and that's a tackle for loss and turnover on down. So nice defense on 4th down to get that ball back and to gain some field position, as that ball is going to come all the way back to almost the 30-yard line. So that was quite a big loss. That 13 is probably about 10 or 15 yards back from the line of scrimmage. So when he gets the ball and then drops back, he's about 20 yards back. So any tackles for losses end up being pretty significant. Warriors offense out. They've been, like I said, quick strike, kind of one and done with these big plays. The Warriors are going to spread everybody out now, as Brian Lerma is going to receive the ball from Jacob Segundo. Brian Lerma is going to get out of one. He's going to rotate around, cross. And there's Josh Guzman, and Josh, once again, he's going to scoot in for a touchdown with another long reception or long run after reception, and that's the second touchdown, I believe, of the game. So one play and in the end zone, as Wings are having a really hard time matching up athletically with with Josh Guzman particularly, but they just get spread out and there's lots of space. Cesar Morales is going to try to finish it with a 2-point extra try. It's 22-6, 3:48 left in the first quarter. Lots of points already. So far, Cesar has been perfect on these extra points. Good. Down, and Cesar blasts another one through, and that's one actually going to hit the tree by the gym. So plenty of distance, no problem there. 24-6, 3:48 left the first quarter, as Annapolis now starting to flex its muscles a little bit after a little trouble corralling the Wings running back. Now able to get that turnover on down, that big 4th down play, and then Brian Lerman to Josh Guzman again, another touchdown. There is a 45-point mercy rule, so if the point spread is 45 points after the second quarter, the game is over. So that may come into play here, the way that this game is starting to unfold, as Annapolis' offense has been pretty explosive. Back to Cesar Morales kicking off, as the kickoff team check it. And the Wings player, they do finally have someone way deep. Let's see what they decide to do, if they're going to go short or he's going to boot it deep. And Caesar's going to boot it deep. It's going to high kind of pooch kick. There's an open space, and he's coming up. The ball's bouncing around. It's loose. There's a lot, big pile up, but I think it did finally bounce back to the Wings. So really nicely kicked. Wings had everyone up for the onside and only one guy back, and Cesar did a nice job pooching that ball in an open space. The ball bounced around, but I think it actually ended up rolling back to a Wings player. So it's the Wings ball at the 20-yard line, 1st and 15. 3:43 left in the first quarter. And the Wings looking to get something going offensively. They are huddled on the wrong side of the ball, though. They don't quite see where the ball is. There they go. So though, at the 20-yard line, Wings spreading everyone out. 13 has been their key player for offense, as 7 will receive the ball, and he's typically been tossing it back to 13 and decides to do that. And he's going to take it right up the middle, gets through several tackles, and he's got a lot of green. He's got Liam Harms, and Liam's going to hold on to his leg, gets out of that, and finally gets cleaned up by Jerry Gleason. So Liam's had to play safety back there, as he broke contain really quickly right up the middle. There was no one there. And Liam did a good job of just getting him to the ground, as 13 didn't even hesitate. That middle of that field opened up really quick. 1st and 15, that was a first down run. Now they're in Annapolis' side of the field. They're on the 30-yard line. So big gain on that first down run. 3:02 left in the first quarter. And Coach Garcia calling timeout as I'm sure Coach Bazan, who coaches the defense, is trying to make some adjustments to make sure 13 doesn't get loose again. Annapolis has a nice home stretch here. They played home last week. They play home this week. And then next week is the homecoming game, the Warrior Festival. So Friday night under the lights. This one would have been on the lights, but due to just really wet conditions, we weren't able to get lights on the field, so they had to move the game time up. So hopefully the wind and weather, the wind and sun kind of dry everything out, and the rain stays away to some degree so we can get some lights on the field and play at I think it's a 7 o'clock kickoff, maybe 7:30. So a night game, Friday Night Lights next week for homecoming for Warrior Week. As it's a great event. Just encourage everyone to come out and just enjoy the Warrior football team. Volleyball team plays before they do, both junior high and varsity volleyball team. So come early, starting around 4:30. Watch some volleyball. Junior high football is playing, and then finish the night off with the varsity football game in the evening. Annapolis breaks huddle. Back on the field as their defense trying to figure out how to kind of corral 13 as they've been once again getting kind of spread out, and instead of going around the edge, it's just going right up the middle of the field. So spread again. 7's going to be the up back, and 13 kind of the deep back. And 7 just gets buried as the snap was low, and immediately Jerry Gleason, Jacob Segundo, and Josh Guzman just gave him no time at all, and that's a loss of about 7. 2nd down. So any of those tackle for losses, because they're so far behind the line of scrimmage, they're losses of 5+ yards. 2nd down now. So 7 now in a little bit of a pistol formation, a little bit closer. And a little pitch to 13. And right away we've got a whistle. And looks like there's going to be an offsides. Like a procedure penalty on the wings is somebody I think lined up incorrectly. So after the tackle for loss, tack on another 5 yards to that penalty. And now 2nd down and about 30 yards now. So 7's more in a pistol formation and scooting himself back a little bit. 13 waiting for that ball. It's going to go back to him. Here comes the pressure, a little dump pass. Caught by 88, and then tackled right away by Eli Oliver. But nice little gain. Gets him back to about the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and about 16 yards. Annapolis is bringing a lot of pressure, as not giving 13 much time to throw, but he finds a short little dump off pass, and 3rd down now. So Annapolis comes Jerry Gleason, little dump pass again, back to 88, and cuts across the field, gets out of one tackle, past Liam, and he's going to run into the end zone. So nice little hesitation move, and ran out of a couple tackles. Little hesitation move to freeze Liam and then get around the edge to the touchdown. So 24-12, Annapolis up. So 12-point game now, minute 14 in the first quarter. Lots of points already. So the Wings, the offense has been able to get some big chunk plays to keep themselves in this game. So going for a 1-point try. 7's going to toss back to 13. 13's going to just come up the middle. He's got some space, and he's going to get to the edge, and he goes. So that's 13-12, 13-24. Minute 14 left in the first quarter. As Annapolis's offense has been quite dynamic, but defense having a little bit of trouble corralling the Wings offense. Scores 24-13, minute 14 left. Annapolis up. Wings to kick off after scoring the touchdown and getting the extra point. Last time they kicked it through, and Cesar Morales kind of corralled it and zigzagged his way for a touchdown, so I'm guessing they're probably not going to want to try to get it to 14. Wings are ready themselves and get the kickoff. He's going to kind of squib kick it. He's going to scoop up by, I think it's Jake Waltney scoops it up and just downs it at about the 35-yard line. Ball on the Annapolis 35-yard line, leading by 11 points, 24-13. Minute 11, still in the first quarter. There's been a lot of scores, so first quarter's been going on for quite a while. Annapolis offense has been explosive, to say the least. It's been one play, 2 long passes to Josh Guzman, and touchdowns as a result of both of those big plays. Annapolis is going to spread the Wings out. They've had a lot of success just isolating receivers and getting Josh open in space. Back to Brian Lerma. Brian's going to just scoot around the edge and get around quite a few of them. He's got one man to beat. He's looking for a blocker, and he's got an escort, and he looks like he's just going to walk down the sideline for a touchdown. The Wings rushed, I think, about 4 guys, and Brian just got around all 4 of them and had a wall of Annapolis players as he just waltzed down the sideline for an easy score, and it's 30-13 now, less than a minute left. Once again, one play and a touchdown, as the Wings have really no answer for Annapolis' offense. Yeah, Wings just committed to a full kind of an all-out blitz, and Brian just scooted around all of them and made it pretty easy for him the rest of the way. Cesar Morales kicking that 2-point extra try. The ball's down and good, and once again he blasted through. No problem there, plenty of distance, and that one gets caught in the tree as junior high players are going to have some fun trying to get that one down. 59 seconds left, 32-13, Annapolis up. After the Wings score, Annapolis responds right away with a one-play quarterback scramble for a touchdown. So offensively, no issues for Annapolis, but defensively, having a little bit of trouble trying to match up with the Wings to try to keep number 13 corralled, as he's been able to find some space first around the edge and now through the middle. So Annapolis' defensive line having a little bit of trouble getting all spread out and giving him lots of gaps. Cesar Morales is going to be kicking that off. And last time he tried a little pooch kick, and now looks like the Wings are defending that with someone in the middle of the field. So let's see what Annapolis does. He's going to hit kind of a high. Its ball hit the ground. It bounces around. It hits somebody from Annapolis, but I think it maybe went out of bounds. So a nice placement. It looked like put a little backspin on it as the ball bounced back. Josh Guzman had a chance at it. It bounced out of his hands. And they're going to wave off that flag because Annapolis touched it first before it went out of bounds. So unfortunately, they couldn't quite corral it. There was 2 Annapolis players there, as Cesar did a really great job. Kind of looks like a professional golfer, kind of on a wedge shot, just hit the ball and it spun back towards his team. But again, just the spin just couldn't quite get corralled by Josh. 55 seconds left, 32-13 Annapolis up. Annapolis' defense trying to figure out how to keep 13 corralled and try to get some good pressure, as he will stay in the 13 in the backfield, and Wings just spread everyone out and try to create some gaps and lanes for him to run in. Back to 13. He's going to tuck and run. Once again, he's got some space, gets through one tackle, gets through another, and finally cleaned up by Jerry Gleason. So Annapolis is there. He's just really hard to get down. He's got good balance and able to kind of step out of two tackles, and one was Jacob Segundo, is a pretty sure tackler. But Jerry Gleason finishes him off at second down now, and about 8-9 yards. It'll be 25 seconds. They may get one more play off before the first quarter, and the Wings want to do that. The coach is yelling them to hurry up, so they'll get probably the last play of the quarter. And there's a flag. Now let's see what the flag is for. Looks like the Wings are moving back, so I'm not sure what the flag's for. Maybe delay a game or something. Referees aren't real clear with their signals. 10 seconds left as the Wings are going to try to get one more snap off. They're going to have to hurry to get it, and gets back. This will be the last play of the quarter. As 13 just going to take off around the corner, and once again, he's got lots of room as Jacob Segundo wraps him up. And that's how the quarter ends. 32-13 at the end of the first quarter. Lots of scoring after the first two games for Annapolis were pretty low scoring games. This one's been pretty explosive, with Annapolis' offense being pretty unstoppable, and the Wings been able to hang with them with some big chunk plays on the running plays. So it'll still be Wings ball at the start of the second quarter. So it looks like it's a first down. So first down for the Wings, the start of the second quarter. 32-13, Annapolis up. Wings have been able to sustain some drives, again, with some big chunk plays, spreading the defense out, finding some lanes to run in. 13's been able to kind of run free, and I think Annapolis is going to try to find ways to tighten up that defense. So Annapolis switching up a little bit, trying to get some matchups. And handoff to number 4. It's a big guy, and no problem at all with Caesar going real low on him. I think they're looking for kind of a bulldozer move, but Caesar wisely chose to go low and knock him down right away. So nice tackle for a loss by Caesar. That's lost about 4 or 5 yards. So second down now at about 20. So without 13 in there, the Wings are a little bit more of a power formation. He's going to punt it for some reason. It goes to Liam, who picks it up, and he's going to run around the corner. He's got the edge and out of bounds, and gets picked up and slammed down by number 19. But for some reason, they decided to punt on second down, and the coach has put his hands up in the air like, what are you doing? So must have lost track of the downs. But either way, it's to Annapolis' advantage, as Liam wisely just fielded the punt and just got as much yardage as he could and did a good job. So they're now on the wing side of the field. They're at the 30-yard line, the 32-yard line. So really good field position for Annapolis. Annapolis' offense has been just explosive is an understatement. One and done, three, just one play, touchdown, one play, touchdown. Toss back to Brian. He's going to get around. He's looking. He's got a deep pass. Man wide open and overshot both his receivers, as both receivers were deep, and Wings need to know that Brian can make that throw pretty easily. Looks like Adam Copeland and Jake Waltney were both in the neighborhood, but Brian overshot both of them. So second down, which is a new development for the offense, is they have not had a second down all game because they've scored every first down. So second down now and 15 as Annapolis has spread everyone out. Ball gets dribbled back, and Caesar's going to toss it back to Brian, who's going to get around the corner. He's looking for a receiver. He's just going to keep running and can't get him down first time. 2-3 other wings, and 88 thought he could just bulldog him down, but Brian way too strong for that as he got out of that tackle, but slowed him down enough for the rest of his team to pick up, or the rest of the wing players to put him down. So about a 5-yard gain, though. Third down and about 10, as Annapolis is going to have to sustain a drive here. (32-13) Annapolis up. Back to Brian. Brian looking for a receiver. He's going to dump it off to Caesar, and Caesar's got a lot of green, and that's going to be trouble as he is lightning fast, and no one's going to catch him. So right away, Brian found Caesar right away, and once he got a lane, there's not a lot of people that are going to catch Caesar. 38-13, just over 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Annapolis now going to kick the 2-point try. Caesar's been perfect so far with all of his tries. 8:01 left. Annapolis up by 25, 38-13. Ball down, and the kick is up, and Caesar just blasted through. That's going to go into the parking lot adjacent to the field, as those makes that look pretty easy. 40-13, Annapolis up. 8:01 left in the second quarter. Lots of scoring so far in this half, as Annapolis once again pretty explosive on offense and finding an end zone pretty quickly in their drive. I started with because the Wings player on second down, I'm guessing must have thought it was fourth down. He punted, and Liam Harms scooped it, gained about 15 or 20 yards on a return, and gave him great field position. And Cesar Morales, after Brian Lerma pass, finished it off with a touchdown. So at the quarter, the sides of the field flip, so the Wings have to get to their correct side, and Annapolis will be kicking off. Looks like Cesar Morales will be doing the kicking duties. Annapolis has a few younger players now on kickoff. We got 45 Adam Copeland, 6 Priest Lobato, 43 Jacob Segundo. Caesar's kicking off. 23 Cameron Bailey, and 15 Eli Oliver. So Caesar's left foot will be booting it off, and he's just going to boot it, and that's going to carry over everybody's head and well into the end zone. So no problem there. There's a flag on the play, and I'm guessing, yep, they're going to say offside. So one of our players got in front of the ball and left, kind of stepped over that line. They're not the 30-yard line before ball got kicked. So I guess the Wings will accept that penalty and put the ball at the 30-yard line. I'm guessing the Wings probably don't want us to re-kick that. And yep, they wisely going to accept that penalty with the field position. put it at the 25-yard line. So first down, 15 of 25. Wings have 13 back in the backfield again this drive. And going to toss back to him. Here comes some pressure. He's going to step out of one and up the middle and got out of Josh Guzman's tackle and then slows him up just enough for Ben Marsh to come from behind and finish him off. So able to get some hands on him, but he's pretty tough to take down. Pretty sure tackler's having some hard time finishing him off. So it's definitely taking a team effort to get 13 to the ground. And he gained about 10 yards on that. So second down now. Apple's rotating a few younger players in. Cameron Bailey now in. Pitch back to 13. He's going to throw short, and that ball into the ground. So 88 seems to be a favorite target of his, but kind of the ball looked like it squirted out of his hand and just kind of shot put it into the ground. Third down. 3rd and 5. 7:06 left. Annapolis up 40-13. Wings on their 35-yard line, their side of the field. Toss back to 13. Here comes Jake Waltney. He's going to get around the corner, get around the edge. Josh Guzman there and tackles him out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down. Once again, able to get around that edge rusher, and another big chunk play for him as a first down now for the Wings. Josh Guzman showed a lot of speed and pursuing him and just coming from behind and finally finishing him off. Been able to get decent pressure, but like I said, he's just been able to run either through or around the pressure. Back to 13. Got two rushing. Josh Guzman gets around Josh. Josh is going to pursue him from behind, catches up to him, and falls on the ground. But Wings player able to reach out, so as Josh grabbed him from behind, ball came loose. Good pursuit by Josh Guzman again as he chased him down. Forces a fumble, but the Wings retain possession. Second down now, and about 12 as he gained maybe 3, maybe 4 yards. Annapolis now only rushing 2 with Jake Waltney and Josh Guzman. Just trying to keep, guessing to try to keep him contained a little bit more. And Josh doing a good job of running him down. And number 1 started a little bit too early, and that's going to be a penalty that's going to push him back. 5:32 left. Annapolis up 40-13, second quarter. So 2nd and 15 now. As Wings stay in that spread formation. And toss back to 13. Ben Marsh just decimated the center, but here he comes. Cameron Bailey can't wank the tackle. He's going to cut back in the middle of the field. Breaks another tackle and gets tackled from behind, but Eli not quite in time as he scores another touchdown. So once again, just able to get around the edge, and then once he's in open field, he's really hard to tackle. So 40-19 now. Wings hanging around. 5:12 left in the second quarter. This Wings will be going for a 1-point try. Annapolis does have a few younger players in there, but coach can't be happy with allowing him to run free like that around the edge and then get in the middle of the field and then turn loose. 13 has the ball again. He's going to look for a pass. He keeps and has a little bit of trouble getting that ball once again. Not quite high enough for 88, so that try is no good. 40-19, 5:12 left in the second quarter. Annapolis up ahead, or up. Annapolis in the lead. beautiful night here. The weather, the humidity's calmed, dropped down. The wind's calm, but there's a bit of a breeze, and the temperature is, for this time of year in South Texas, is really, really pleasant. Wings will be kicking off again after their touchdown. Annapolis has been able to respond quickly after every Wings touchdown. Annapolis has 2 people back. Got Brian Lerma and Cesar Morales back deep, as the Wings have tried kicking it deep, and Cesar Morales returned that for a touchdown, and then they tried to do it short and were able to have no problem at all recovering that. So once again, he's going to do a short little kick, and Ben Marsh easily covers that up, and Annapolis with on the 36-yard line. So first down, 1st and 15 for Annapolis on their 36-yard line. Annapolis' offense has been clicking as Brian Lerma has been able to find his receivers, and receivers finding a lot of space to run once they catch the ball. Brian Lerma go under center as they go with the tight formation now. Jacob Segundo, the fullback, and Cesar Morales, he's going to get through the middle, and he's going to be gone as Cesar's going to jog into the end zone. One play and a score once again. Annapolis just exploding offense as just a nice little counter move. Good blocking up front. Gave him a nice easy touchdown as he just skirted through the line, and once he's in open space, it's pretty tough to catch up to and tackle. 46-19, 4:58 left in the second quarter. Caesar's going to try to kick for the 2 extra points. Ball's down, kicks up, and that's good. This time the junior high players are in the parking lot to catch that ball, ready for a Caesar's extra point. 48-19, 4:58 left in the second quarter. Annapolis offense pretty well in control, as Wings really have no answer to what Annapolis is doing, and Annapolis trying to figure out how to contain number 13, as he has been able to get loose several times. So Caesar will be kicking off. We've had a lot of points, means a lot of stoppage of play, and so we're still just in the second quarter with just under 5 minutes left. Caesar kicking off with that left foot. He's got his soccer cleats, bright blue soccer cleats. So he'll put his foot into it and just blast it out of here, and that ball is going to go back to the end of the end zone. That was no chance for return for that, as he makes that look pretty easy. So Wings will start on their side of the field, back on the 25-yard line. Just with 6-man, a lot of teams try to do those little onside kicks, but when they don't get it, it gives the other team really good field position. So having Caesar kick these touchbacks, teams start back with really challenging field position, at least for 6-man. So ball's on the 20-yard line, 20-yard line, not 25. 1st and 15. As Annapolis trying to match up with the receivers as they're split out. Back to 13. And there's a short little pass to 88. He's going to get upfield. Gets out of, Eli Oliver Got out of his tackle, but Eli was able to get him out of bounds. Second down now. 4:36 left in the second quarter. 48-19, Annapolis up. So Annapolis' strategy looks like they're trying to keep 13 contained to get the ball out of his hands for passing. And looks like one now is the deep back. It's going to go back to him, and here comes a lot of pressure. That ball is dangerously pitched back there as Caesar was all over that. And that up back had a little bit of trouble with the ball and then pitched it dangerously high as Caesar was right there. That could have almost been a fumble and a big loss as they're back on their original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 15. So whenever 13's not in the backfield, the Wings have a little bit of trouble offensively. So gonna pitch back to one. Here comes a lot of pressure, and Josh Guzman having nothing to do with that as one saw the pressure, tucked the ball, and Josh with another tackle for loss and another big loss. And 4th down now, and that's probably about 20 yards. So they are not going the right way as looks like the Wings have called timeout. So Annapolis has a chance to get the ball back here with pretty good field position if they're able to stop him here on 4th down. 48-19, 3:12 left in the second quarter. Annapolis starting to slowly pull ahead as their offense has been nothing short but spectacular, as offensively they have been just lights out. Defensively, you can definitely see adjustments are being made by Coach Bazan as trying to keep the Wings from those big chunk plays and force them to kind of stay contained in the backfield, and Josh Guzman able to do that with a big tackle for loss last play. So 4th down now, big 4th down for Annapolis. They get this ball back. It's going to be great field position. Jacob Segundo barking out some orders and lined up, and they're going to, and it gets blocked, and it looks like Caesar's going to grab it. He probably shouldn't. So Caesar Morales back blocked it. It was probably not the wisest thing to try to touch it again because it was just going to be a turnover, but that is a huge flip of the field now as Annapolis is going to have 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. As Caesar just came flying through there, and it took a while for number 1 to gather himself, and by that time Caesar was on the ball and blocked that punt and recovered it at the 10-yard line. Annapolis' offense back on the field as Brian Lerma under center. They're in a power formation, type formation. Going to hand off to Caesar. He's going to fake it. He's going to roll out, and Jake Waltney in the back of the end zone. Tough catch, and he gets it. Ball's a little bit behind him. Defender was there, but Jake with some strong hands pulls it in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Once again, one play and a score. 54-19, 2:49 left in the second quarter. As Caesar will be going for the 2-point try, and the junior high boys are all lining up deep behind the fence in the parking lot of the business as Caesar's been bombing those balls through the uprights. And snap back, it's down. There was a number 1 went way too early. I'm guessing they're going to try it again. So defense was offsides. They probably should have blown it dead because he was unabated to the kicker. They didn't, and so Annapolis just had a free play, and since it was incomplete with the penalty, Annapolis can try again. So Jacob Segundo, the holder, down, and Caesar's going to boot that through, and no problem. Once again, boots it over the fence into the parking lot where a contingent of junior high players are waiting for it. 56-19, 2:49 left in the second quarter. Annapolis, after that blocked punt and a quick score, now starting to expand their lead. It's 2:49 left in the second quarter. This game's with a lot of scoring, a lot of stoppage of play, so the half's been pretty long, but it's a beautiful night, and no one's complaining about being outside tonight. As long as you have some bug spray on, you're good. Looks like Cameron Bailey will be doing the kicking off, and he's got a little special technique where he's got the ball on the ground, using that tee as kind of a way to kind of create some spin on there. And nice little onside kick, and fielded well as number 7 grabs the ball. So it'll be Wings ball. 1st and 15 on the Wings. It's like 35-yard line, maybe 33-yard line. Annapolis defense did a great job last series. Whenever 13 is not in the game, Annapolis has been able to pin their ears back and cause a lot of havoc. So I'm guessing 13 had his break and he'll be back, as the Wings don't have a lot of subs, so they're having to rotate players through, and obviously pretty aware of, cognizant of how the players are doing. 13's back in the backfield, so Annapolis is going to have to be pretty attuned to what he's going to do. Pitch back to him. He's going to scoot around. He's got 1 tackler, 2, 3, and finally we're able to get to him as Caesar, once again, with his speed, gets to him early, and then Jacob and Josh finish him off. And a big tackle for loss, as that's a loss of about 15 yards, so it's 2nd and 30. 2:23 left, 56-19 Annapolis in the lead. As Caesar's been able to get into the backfield pretty quickly and cause some havoc. And the hard count gets Jerry to jump. And that's going to give him 5 free yards. As he's going to get subbed out for Brian Lerma. They're moving up Liam Harms now. He's going to play center. The ball bounces around, and here comes Caesar scooting through there. Gets that, almost got out of tackle, but Caesar was able to get enough of his foot and knocks him down. And Jacob Segundo finishes him off. So 2 big tackles for losses on the first 2 downs, and now it's 3rd down and back to about 30, almost 35 yards. So they got a long way to go for a 1st down. That's exactly where Annapolis wants them to be. The Wings have been able to get huge chunk plays even after several tackle for losses. So Annapolis cannot just relax on this, because 13 has been pretty tough. He's able to get a big chunk play. So pitch to 13. He's got some room. Here comes Jacob. He's going to break him down, and that's good pursuit, as Annapolis finally able to break him down, slow him down. Jacob, short tackle, put him down on the ground, and Liam Harms and Josh Guzman come by to make sure he's not going anywhere. So great defense, and 4th down now. Chance to get the ball back with 52 seconds left in the second half. Coach Garcia's got to be thinking maybe timeout. He's going to let the clock run. He could, get the ball back with some time, but he's going to be content with let that clock run. And Wings are not going to speed up that. So they're going to go back. He's going to punt it. And Brian Lerma fields it, and he's got some space. He's going to cut back to the middle of the field and meets a host of Wings players. But nice job fielding it. Didn't let that ball bounce and got some good yardage off of it. And now they're on Wings side of the field with 20 seconds left in the second quarter. And the ball's on the 30-yard line. 20 seconds is probably 19 too many seconds for Annapolis offense, as they have been able to score pretty much at will, as the Wings defense is really having a hard time stopping the offense, as it's been one play and a touchdown pretty consistently. 20 seconds left. Annapolis with the ball on the Wings 30-yard line. Brian Lerma with the shotgun snap. They're going to load everyone up to the right. Brian's going to roll out there. He's got a little dump pass to Jacob Segundo. Jacob with a nice little cut. He's going to cross the field. He's got a block. He's got one man to beat. Stiff arms him, and he's going to dive in the end zone and touchdown. Just like that, with 3 seconds left. One play as Jacob showing some moves. First to his right, cuts back to his left. A little stutter step, freezing the defender, and then getting around him, and then diving inside the pylon for a touchdown. 62-19, 3 seconds left as Annapolis scores again on the first play from scrimmage, as Caesar looking to kick another extra point. He's been perfect all game, as Jacob Segundo will be the holder and Jake Waltney will be the long snapper. Ball back to Jacob, down, and pulled it a little bit, and it looks like that's going to be good. Yep. So not quite as true as it was, but able to pull it through just inside the right upright, and that's 64-19, 3 seconds left. So the game has to go to halftime in order for the 45-point rule to go into effect. So there is still 3 seconds left in this game. And the Wings are lining up to shake hands, but they do actually need to receive this kick, and then this game will be over. So Annapolis, with a scoring explosion in the first half, pulls away, and just one more kick, and this game will be over, as Cameron Bailey will be the one doing the kicking. Did a nice little onside kick before, and that should be more than enough for 3 seconds, and that ball is a nice bounce, and 7 recovers it. And 2.5 seconds left. Clock operator wants one more play, apparently. 64-19, Annapolis up in the second quarter. Wings will have one more play, and this game will be over with a 45-point mercy rule. So Annapolis just needs one more stop. And Annapolis lining up. Little pitch back to one. One's looking for some help, but Cesar Morales, Josh Guzman, medium in the backfield, another tackle for loss. And Annapolis cruises to a 64-19 win on a beautiful Friday night. 3-0 now, undefeated as they go into homecoming week, Warrior Festival. Next Friday, full of activities here on campus. We'll have food trucks, volleyball, and football. Come support our Warriors, and congratulations to Annapolis with a 64-19 win. have a good evening, Warrior Nation.